hope you're well. So today's video we're going to be checking out that Randy Rhoads tone and specifically the triple tracking technique which he often uses in his solos. So I'll be breaking down exactly how to do it. I want to give you a few examples, playing examples on this lovely Les Paul here. I'm sure you've seen this before on the channel. This is my 1983 Les Paul Custom. I know it's not the same year as Randy's, but it's the same colour and the same vibe, and that's what matters. So it's going to be a fun video today, so we're going to geek out with some Randy Rhoads. Should be fun. So a few things before we get going. If you're a first time viewer to my channel, thank you so much. Please hit that subscribe button and click the bell. That'll give you a notification every time I upload a cool video like this. And if you're a returning visitor, then thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate your support. So like I said, today we're going to be breaking down that Randy Rhoads tone. So let's talk about the setup first of all. So I've got my Les Paul Custom, 1983 like I explained before. I've got that plugged into a Plexi at the moment, and it sounds a bit like this. Great sort of crunch rock tone. So later on I'll be throwing a tube screamer on top of that just to give it a bit more bite. Now this video isn't going to be an exact recreation of how to get his exact tone. I am planning a video like that later on with my Distortion Plus Randy Rhoads specific pedal that's come out recently. Still waiting for it to arrive. Bit good it's taken so long, but it'll be worth the wait I'm sure. That'll be a really cool video, so keep an eye out for that. So like I said, we're going to be breaking down the process of the triple tracking today. So let's talk about triple tracking. So for those of you who aren't aware, triple tracking is a process that is actually very common these days in rock and metal music. Quite often on rhythm guitar tracks, you'd record your guitar part once, you'd then double it, and that would maybe go on the left side and the right side of the speaker, and this just gives it a full fixed sound. But like I said, it's very common these days on rhythm guitar. But Randy Rhoads was doing this on the first two albums of Ozzy, you know, early 80s we're talking here, so way ahead of its time really compared to what we might know now as double tracking or triple tracking. But the crazy thing is, it's one thing to triple track or double track a guitar riff, but to do that on the guitar solos, which awfully in the case of Randy Rhoads are very complex, a lot of tapping, a lot of trills, very difficult to do that. So it gives it an incredible sound, as I'm sure you're aware if you're watching this video. So I had a few questions, so I play a lot of Randy Rhoads, and people say, oh, can you get that sort of sound out of a chorus pedal? What about, there's like double tracking pedals you can get these days, but I'm going to shoot that down straight away and say, you can give it a go, but it's not going to get the right vibe. The magic that comes with triple tracking a Randy Rhoads part is the slight nuance and the rub against the track says, you know, a bend might be slightly quicker or slower, or the vibrato is different. The idea is to try and match the tracks as much as possible, but obviously it's impossible to get a perfect take. So as we'll discover later on when I break it down, you're going to hear the slight subtleties of the separate tracks are what gives you that kind of vibe and the fullness that you hear on his solos. So what I'm going to do today is basically record or have a go at playing the Crazy Train solo. I'll do something else as well later on in the video, but I thought let's go straight in at the deep end with an iconic solo from his. And I'm going to play it once first of all with a backing track. I'll put it in isolation so you can hear an example. I'm then going to record it again and put that on the left side of the speaker, record it a third time, put that on the right side of the speaker. So I'm going to annotate this on the screen so you can hear all the examples and so it makes sense for you. And basically I'm going to build up a stereo image of 3 different guitar takes of me playing the same thing, or as close as I can to it, and you're going to get a bigger picture of how it sounds basically. So let's have a go. So I've just whacked my tube screamer on, and now my guitar sounds like this. Much of a meatier tone there, very kind of 80s. So again, with this sort of tone, it'll allow me to play a bit more of those leads. A bit more sustain out of the guitar. So let's go level 1. This is going to be Crazy Train solo, just one guitar part. I'm going to play it for you now, and then we're going to talk about adding the next layer. Okay, now we've got the first part down. What I'm going to do is record the second and third takes. Now, these second and third takes are going to go on the left and the right hand side of the speakers. So I'm going to quickly record these, and then I'll do an isolated mix where you can hear the left and the right side so you can hear what I'm on about here. Okay. hopefully what you can hear there is 2 takes of the solo. That's my second and third take. So the second take is on the left, the third take is on the right. I'll try my best to play it as closely as I can to how I played it the first time, but as you know, things like those trills and just some of the chops that he's got, they're very difficult to emulate exactly, but we're not trying to get it absolutely like computerized. It's got to sound human, and actually the slight differences between the takes is actually where the magic lies in this Randy Rhoads sound. So, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put those 2 takes back together and I'm going to drop in the main take, which is the middle. So we've got 2 and 3 on the left and right, they're panned about 50%, so left and right, and I've got the main take slightly louder, and that's right in the middle. So again, that's 3 takes of the same solo, or as close as I can humanly get it. It's tricky. See what you think. So hopefully you agree, it's a pretty cool effect it gives you to the guitar. So like I said, all I've done is I've recorded the same guitar part 3 times. We've got left, right and middle. And like I said, the slight differences between the takes, maybe one's slightly rushed, one's slightly laid back. The bends are always going to be different, the vibrato slides in. There's always, even if you try your best to absolutely have it exact as the previous take, there's always going to be slight differences. And actually this was something that Randy Rhoads did often on his solos. He'd actually played parts slightly differently between the takes, just to give that kind of rub, like I said before, against the tracks, and it gives you this really cool sound. It's not something that can be created with a chorus pedal. I've tried it, doesn't get you close. What you need is that nuance of the slight different interpretations, I guess you'd call it, of each piece there. So yeah, pretty cool effect, isn't it? So I'd really encourage you guys to try this yourself. You don't have to have a fancy setup. I sometimes use a looper pedal. I can't pan them on the looper, but what I'll do, I'll play it once and then just play over the top of it another 2 times, and that will kind of thicken the sound up, and that's something anyone can do. It's just a simple loop pedal, but again, I'd encourage you to open your door up and have a little go in a session and record it. And like I said, if you can pan them left and right, and the middle one a bit louder down the middle, you're going to really have fun with that, and it really captures that vibe that Randy Rhoads goes for in his solos. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Let's hear a bit more. So hopefully you enjoyed this little quick video today. It's been a lot of fun breaking down the triple tracking technique. Always love geeking out about all things Randy Rhoads. So I'd really encourage you guys to have a go at this yourself. Like I said, you don't have to do it fancy. You could be on the looper pedal, just have a quick, 3 takes. But obviously to get the full effect, you need to be able to pan the other 2 left and right and have the one in the middle. That's how you achieve the sound, really. So it's not through chorus pedals or anything like that. Although we did use a chorus live to try and thicken the sound up in the studio, things were often double and triple tracked, especially the solos. So yeah, a cool little lesson for you there. Make sure to keep an eye out for future content from me, because as soon as that Randy Rhoads distortion pedal arrives that I was talking about earlier in the video, as soon as that drops through the letterbox, I'll be plugging it in and there'll be a lot of content on the way. So I've been learning loads of classic Randy Rhoads riffs and solos ready for the pedal. If you've got one already, drop me a message in the comments section. I'm absolutely desperate to hear what they're like. I know a few people in America have got them already, but here in the UK there's a bit of an issue getting them to us, so I don't know what's going on with it, but hopefully MXR can hurry up the process, and as soon as it's here, you'll be hearing it. So thanks again for watching today's video. I'm going to leave you with one more example. I'm going to go to the neck pickup, and I'm going to triple track one more solo for you to play you out on, so enjoy.